All right, so we're back with another Sticks and Stones edition. I know we left off on a part where I was trying to build this kind of like big, massive like cabin with a raised platform, and you know that's still in the plans right now. I'm just trying to do something a little bit more feasible at the moment, and I don't really have the funds for like lumber and stuff like that at this point. So what I'm gonna try to do is just use as much of the material that I got around this wonderful property to build something that's still somewhat of a shelter. It's a little bit different than what I was originally planning, but it's definitely more doable and less financially less financially taxing. How about that? Less financially taxing. But yeah, I'm gonna hop in the tractor, clear out some land, and then get going on starting out something that's doable, something small. But yeah, meet you on the other side of it, I guess. So this right here is where I'm planning on starting to build. As you can see, I definitely dug up some of this already. And we got a lot of like kind of clay soil, loamy soil. But this is all gonna come up. We're gonna dig a little square right here. And then we're gonna start putting little posts around it. And we're gonna start weaving in little sticks. And I think that's probably gonna be the extent of the process that we get done today. And then I'll come back and then I can start finishing up the rest of it. But I need a shovel, I need an axe, and I got my chainsaw. So we'll get cranking on this. All right, I got my tools, and now we are going to dig out as much as we can with the tractor, and then I'm gonna start doing everything by hand with the shovel. And then we can get going on the sticks. Well, now you guys get some front row seats to all this digging. Let me show you what's going on here, I guess, right now. So all this, you can see this is kind of like very clay soil. Once you get down to this part right here, which this will be really good for like pottery and stuff like that. It's got like dirt and other stuff in it, so it's probably gonna have to get like purified somehow. There is a technique to do that, but that'll have to come another day. But what I can do is start separating some of this clay now into different piles from the dirt that I already kind of got up. You can kind of see it's kind of mixed in all together. But yeah, getting all this stuff up right now, priority, getting something solid to work with on the new building that we're gonna do. And honestly, having a tractor is such a cheat code with this kind of stuff, because digging all this out by hand would have been super hard. And as you can see, I'm not in the best shape. You can probably hear me breathing pretty heavy right now. But yeah, that's the idea right now. And then once I get a majority of this cleared back out, I can check in back with you guys and show you where exactly we're at with everything. Ugh. All right, so I've made the outline for the new hut. So right here is the doorway, right? So you come in through there, and then around this perimeter right here, we're gonna place some sticks, and then we're gonna start weaving in all the younger sticks, or the saplings more so. So what we need to do first is go in there and find some sticks probably about like yay big, and then start pounding them into the ground so we can start weaving. And then we'll be on the roll with all this. But so far so good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a stick about yay big, something along this size. Nothing, you don't have to be too specific. This isn't an architecture project, but we'll do this. And we try to make somewhat of a spike on the bottom. Sorry, you can't even see that, but it's like this. I don't know what angle you guys had for that whole time, but just know I'm sorry. So something like that. And then once you have nice sharp edge, you can start pounding it into the ground. Say about like right here-ish, right on the edge. Right now, we don't really have anything to pound it in, so I will be right back. Does this look familiar at all, you guys? Well, that is the maple tree that I cut down. It looks like the branches have died off. Oh, that should be good for a future build. And here is what we are going to be using. That should work out just fine. Okay. Off we go. So we have it partially in the ground, and then I'm going to use this big block and put it on the stick. Block to stick. Sorry for the heavy breathing in advance. A few more hits, I think we'll be good. I don't know if I should have picked such a heavy block, but that's okay.
Oh, shaky, shaky.
Oh, that'll do, donkey. That'll do. Alright, so I am going to save you guys from more heavy breathing and weird grunting and pounding noises. So I'm just gonna find as many of these kinds of sticks and line up as many as I can today. And then once I get to the point where I start weaving, you guys can see what I do from there. But until then, enjoy a grunt and heavy breathing free rest of the video. I don't know if you can see from there, but I don't have my tripod or nothing today, so. All right, this is the progress I've made. I made a couple of different posts in here, but this is the idea when you're making the walls, right? So you get a stick that's pretty bendy, something like this, right? And what you want to do is weave it in and out, just like so. And then what you do is push it down until you can't push it down no more. Get it nice and even with the ground if you can. As close to the ground as you can. And then you're good to go right there. And then for this, I don't know, this part isn't very bendy, so what I can do is just cut it off right here. Just cut it off at the end here. Won't be missing that. And then just put this right over here for now. But yeah, that is the extent of what I'm gonna do for today. Bugs are getting pretty bad out here, and it's about time for me to go home and just rest. It's Sunday, so it's a rest day. But yeah, I'll be back, and then next thing I'll do is finish up more of these walls and potentially start working on some of this over here, which is all this in here, because I think I need to kind of level this off a little bit more, maybe do another like layer down. But yeah, some pretty good progress so far. Just getting the parameters set for everything. All right, so I'm gonna pack up, get all my gear put away, and then I'll see you guys when I work on this next. And it should be a fun time. All right. Oh, and one more thing before I go. I know some of you might be thinking like, Ethan, you literally only built like one wall. You barely got anything done and you're putting it out on a video. And some people might not, but for those of you that do, you're missing the point. The whole point of me doing this is to just show that it's the small steps and that you don't have to do everything at once. And another reason I want to do all this is like, this could be a video that maybe my kids are looking at, you know, 30, 40 years down the line. Maybe it's the one thing they have left, who knows. But they can see this and at least know, okay, I don't have to do all this at once. Okay, you know, one step at a time is good. It's just like little things. And not trying to bear all of the weight of the world on your shoulders at once. And not feeling like you have to have everything perfect before you start doing something. Like today was not perfect by any means for me to go out and do this. I got a late start today. The bugs were pretty bad outside. The weather wasn't perfect. You know, it's nice outside, but it's hot, it's muggy. But I'm still out here and I'm still doing what I can do and putting in some kind of progress to work towards something that eventually I want to enjoy and, you know, relax in, or just, you know, for fun. Or if my nieces and nephews want to come and play here and mess around, but it's not a lot, right? But it's something. Brick by brick. But all that, right? And who knows, next time I might have a friend come out and we might be just cranking it out next time. But I just wanted to add that because I think a lot of people are just focused on all of these just big overbearing things that they don't need to be worried about in the moment. And it takes away from being in the present moment. It takes away from the work that you could be doing today. And anything that does that to you, anything that takes you away from the present moment, you need to get it out of your life. You need to push all of that energy out of your life because it's taking you away from living. You're thinking so much that you just think yourself into a hole and then you end up doing nothing. And now you're sitting there like, damn, I wish I would have. It bugs my car too. But you're like, damn, I wish I would have done this and that, like, you know, a year ago. But stop thinking about that. That's another thing. You're thinking about all these big things, then you're thinking about how you could have done something better like forever ago, and then you're just thinking about all these things that are racked up in your head that you are just counting like on your fingers at this point. And that's not what it's about. And there's enough problems for today, and you don't need to worry about what's going to come tomorrow or what you should have done yesterday. That's it. Today has more than enough problems. So take a breath. Realize that nothing needs to be perfect for you to start. And if you're feeling like it's not perfect right now, that's your sign. That's your sign to be like, okay, I can go do this right now. It's not going to feel good all the time. It's not going to feel like you can conquer the world all the time. Some days it's going to feel like you can only take a step. But you have to take that step. You have to take that step. Or you just get stuck in the same place. And you keep marching in place. So take care of yourselves. Be present. and just do something small today. If you're watching this today, I mean, if you're in bed, like watching this at night and it's the end of the day, get some sleep. That's your small thing. Get some sleep. Get some good rest. Hydrate yourself. Small things. Go for a walk. Get some fresh air. Get some sun in your eyes. And be genuine. Be genuine. Mess up. Do things the wrong way. Keep doing them the wrong way until you figure out that it's the right way. Keep doing things and exploring things, and don't stop. You can stop when you're dead. Until then, try to live. All right.